All right, lads. In this video, I'm going to be going over how I booked 12 sales calls with ecom owners in just 15 days of sending. Now, this video is going to be extremely valuable if you, first of all, target the ecom niche. Second of all, are an ecom marketing agency, whatever. Or else if you're just want to get started into cold email and you want to know the basics, right? So obviously this campaign done decently well. A lot of people struggle to get results in this niche because it's considered like the most saturated niche out there. But obviously your boy made it work as he always does. So these metrics are pretty good. 8,000 emails sent, initial emails sent, 13% reply rate, and 75 people interested in the service that we are selling. Now, I'm just going to basically walk through step by step how I did every single step of the sequence, and you can go ahead and replicate it for yourself. But if you do want me to, let's say take it over, even help you with booking a fuck ton of calls for whatever you run, just book a call. I'll leave a link in the description. You can book a call there. Even if you just want a quick chat, pick my brain, book a call, and we can do that. So without further ado, let's get into it, right? So basically, this was a two-step sequence, and I only sent one follow-up. Now, the reason I did this is because I'm going to be hitting these leads again, most likely in 3 months, right? But if I send 3 or 4 follow-ups, the likelihood of them sending me to spam and basically blocking the whole email address is pretty likely. So to maximize the amount of leads that we can actually reach again in 2-3 months, I only done 2, or basically I only done a 2-step sequence. So basically one follow-up, right? So the initial email goes something like this. Let me just select the lead. Goes something like this. Hi Drew, I was just looking through some reviews about your personalized daily vitamin packs. Seems like people really appreciate how they support daily health, right? Some bullshit like that. Basically a personalized first line. All right. Now, the reason I do this, especially in the ecom niche, is because not many emails stand out in ecom brand owners' inboxes because they're all shit. They all look like fake personalization. Now, this personalization isn't the highest quality personalization, but it still works. All right. And then the pitch basically is if I could help boost conversion rate by over 40% for personalized daily vitamin packs, basically their product, with just a few small tweaks to your customer funnel, would you be open to me breaking down how we do it? P.S. We helped reformed a partner brand grow revenue by 206% over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now, something like this obviously works pretty well. Now, what I would have in here is a signature, right? Signature is extremely important for something like this because you obviously need to know, or the brand needs to know like who they're reaching out or who is reaching out to them, right? If you have no signature, you just look like a fucking retard. So you have to have a signature in there. And from there, the follow-up is really, really simple. Hey, just checking if you had a chance to look at this, and then signature. Right, nothing too crazy at all. So basically how I did this personalized first line was using, now I personally have a custom software for this, but I use Clay. Right, you can get Clay to use to basically do this for you. I'm not going to get into that because that would take fucking years to explain, but use Clay for it. Plenty of guides out there. It's not that hard to understand once you get the hang of it. All right. Now, if you didn't use Clay and if you just said the pitch, it still would work pretty well, but you know you're only going to get about half the leads, right? Now, the big secret to getting these great results is the leads that we're actually sending to. Now, there's a lot of, or it's something that a lot of people ignore. And what I do for this is I use store leads. So I basically use store leads to scrape all of the domains in this niche. And let's say that the case study is something along the lines of, like, let's say a supplement, right? Let's say your best case study is a supplement store. What I would do is I would scrape all of the supplement stores from store leads and drop them into Clay. And what that does is it'll find all of the founders' emails. Now, instead of getting the emails from Apollo, which is super important, you basically find the emails yourself. Now, this means that maybe only half of the emails are going to be active on Apollo or even LinkedIn, but the others that you can't find in Apollo, you can find them using Clay. And no one's reaching out to those leads because no one is fucking bothered to use Clay. So that's why we do use Clay. It just makes everything, it just makes your life a lot easier because you get a lot more interest in the leads. So from there, obviously, options, pretty simple. I'm just going to show you the options we use. So send as text only, email as text only. We were actually only sending out 3,000 emails a day for this. But, you know, it's you could use a lot more. In terms of time gap between emails, 21 minutes for random additional time, and then enable provider matching, and that is really it. Save and launch. And once you do that, you're gonna get a load of pause replies rolling in. As soon as they roll in, you call them up on their phone, book them in. Hey, hi James, you want to, you know, you want to speak to our vendor, you want to book in with me, because I can help you do that. I can help you increase your conversion rate by 40%. And if they actually answer positively to the email and then they pick up the phone whenever you warm call them, as soon as they reply positively, the likelihood of them booking in is probably about 70% if they actually pick up the phone. So that's why it's super important for you to actually call them up. Now, if they don't answer the phone, you just send them a quick email saying, hey, thanks for the reply, you can book in here. Something like that, and you will get a fuck ton of results. But you will get a fuck ton of bookings. Sorry. So from there, that's really it. You know, it's very simple. There's nothing crazy to it. But you just got to know what you're doing. You got to have that extra touch, like the personalization and finding the leads yourself. And it's not that hard to get results. So once you do that, you're set. You know, you're flying. So if you don't want to do all this yourself, which it does take, you know, a bit of a skill. A lot of people will have a skill issue doing this themselves. But if you don't want to do all this yourself and you want some help booking a fuck ton of calls, just book a call. You know, I left my calendar in the description. Even if you don't want to move forward or anything like that, I'm going to give you a fuck ton of value. You already know that. So book in regardless. And yeah, I'll see y'all there.